Hey y'all see the thumbnail. So let's get into Peach McIntyre and all of this content she has been putting out. You guys know she has increased the prices on her plastic surgery deal, child. She is wanting $1 million instead of $100,000. And by the way, I'm still getting out here pushing through to put some content out on today, but I'm trying to get sick. Notice I said trying. I rebuked that bug, honey. I've been taking vitamins A through D, child, because I cannot afford to be sick. I got to go to work tomorrow, not tomorrow. But anyway, so just a little backstory, and you guys do me a favor and go back and catch the uploads if you have not watched them over here on this channel. But yeah, the last time I talked about Peach over here was talking about her reneging on that contract, honey. What a contract that was. A hot mess from the jump street. I wouldn't have ever signed that contract if I was McINTYRE, but she did. So it is what it is. So I ran across Ashley. You guys know now I would have to put Ashley now that we are in December. She's definitely in my top 5 people that did Peach's hair. One thing I can respect about her, even though I wouldn't spend my money with Peach McIntyre, one thing I respect about her is she understood the assignment. She understood her why. She knew why she paid Peach McIntyre, what she expected to get from the deal. And I thought out of all people, her and Ann Riley would not come to play with Peach McIntyre. But honey, Ann sure fooled me, child. But anyway, I do respect Ann Riley's hustle. So yeah, if you guys remember, honey, Peach McIntyre was humbled while she was getting the AR experience. Her demeanor and everything was totally different when she was in Ashley's chair. She know who to play with. She knows who's not going to play with her. If y'all remember, she thought that Ashley had cut her hair, and Ashley said, "Girl, ain't nobody cut your damn hair. Baby, I was in the flow." That's one thing that I really like about Ashley because, like I said, I've been following her on social media. She definitely is an alpha female. She has an alpha personality, and she does not mind stating her opinion. She's very opinionated. So if anybody would be honest and tell the truth about their experience with Peach McIntyre, it would be her. And that's exactly what Ashley did. With that being said, I wanted to speak on my style of commentary. One thing about me, I try not to take things personal, but I am a whole human being. But I do try to bring contrast. I don't want to talk about what everybody else is talking about. I'm not a dragging channel. I don't want to tear people down every day. That's not something that I do in real life, and I'm not going to do it on here. So a lot of times I try to bring different content in a different way and put a comedic spin on it if I can, if the content warrants me to do so. So just to let you guys know kind of how I roll, I've always said from the beginning, I'm not for everybody, and I'm not trying to be. So shout out to those of you who support me and ride with your girl. So one thing that everybody seems to have in common is people are talking about their exposure, the amount of followers that they now have across social media platforms. But I would love to see the ROI, as Peach would call it. Was it worth the investment? How many of those followers are now clientele? I would love to know that. Those are the numbers that I would like to see people talk about. Was it 5%, 7%, 10%, or 0%? That's what I would like to know, because it's one thing to get followers, but are those followers rolling over into clientele? And not to sound redundant, but I will say this. If those people choose to spend their money with Peach for marketing, guerrilla marketing, that is, and that is something that she's pretty good at, whether you agree with it or not. I've talked to people who have 20 plus years in corporate marketing, so that's how I know what I'm talking about. But I will say, I believe that she is getting over. She's not properly tagging these people. And for the amount of money, especially the people that have paid her $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, and the one lady, Michelle, the tax lady, who paid her $20,000, I think they could have gotten better promo. But hey, if they like it, I love it. Based on how Peach McIntyre is moving and what she's saying, it sounds like this is something that she plans to continue to do, especially through tax season. One thing I know about her, she's going to go where the money resides. And as long as people are paying her, she's going to continue to do it. Have you noticed she hasn't said anything about selling classes? She hasn't said anything about e-guides. I think as far as e-guides, that ship has kind of sailed with AI and everything. So yeah, she has moved on, and people are willing to show up and willingly pay her. But anyway, let's get into what Ashley had to say and her experience with Peach McIntyre. You guys drop down in the comments. I'll call y'all back later. Bye, y'all.
Hey y'all. So I know you guys have been wondering where I've been, what I've been doing, and how is life now. So that's what I wanted to make this video and let you guys know. So y'all do have to excuse the fact that I don't have on any lashes, y'all. I'm trying. I keep telling y'all I'm a tomboy. All this girly stuff, for me, it was always for photo shoots and if I was going out on the weekends. Other than that, baby, I'm always in my bonnet, or I just got my Cleo braids. Stop playing with me. But anyway, I said I'm gonna try my best to be more ladylike. Okay, I'm gonna be more ladylike, y'all. So ever since I did peach hair, I cannot lie to y'all, the DMs, that's one phone, this is another phone. The DMs, the messages, the comments, everything, we're gonna talk about it right now. So for starters, let me just tell y'all this. I never once ever said that I did not like Peach. I didn't like some of her videos, okay? I didn't like some of the things that she said. And one thing I love about Peach is, because even after that, I said, Peach, I still don't like you, but I like Peaches. And she was like, oh, they're the same people. No, they're not. Peach is in character, and to me, that is just her alter ego. Peaches, she is so soft-hearted. She is so kind. She is so sweet, and I have so many more things I could say about her, but I'll tell that to her on a personal level because I have her number, and I don't have to say it for the world because I'm not Peach, baby. I'm AR, okay? So let's just get to the nitty-gritty of actually meeting her. Okay, meeting her, I was like, I didn't really know how it was gonna go down. I didn't know what to expect because, you know what I'm saying, she a little feisty and I'm feisty too. So I'm like, is we gonna be, you know what I'm saying, like, we gonna be straight, we gonna be cool? How our interaction gonna be, especially after I just made a video talking about a video that she made. I didn't know how she was gonna take to me. I didn't know if she was still gonna do it. And she told me, like, listen, I had you blocked. I was not finna unblock you. My husband was like, let Ashley do your hair, da da da. So at the end of the day, I ended up doing her hair, and Peach loved her hair. Now, I just want to address this, and I'm gonna address this because one thing Peach did tell me after everything, she said, Ashley, do not read the comments, do not be in the comments. Ashley, I do not be in the comments, da da da. And I'm like, okay, Peach, like, okay, girl, I'm gonna do that. Bitch, I failed, baby. I read those comments. I saw all those mean and hateful comments y'all made, but let me pause before I get into that. Before I get into those comments, I would just like to say thank y'all so much for all the great words of encouragement. Thank y'all so much for the 15,000 new followers that I have. Thank y'all so much for the 4 million views that I've gotten on my platforms. Thank you so much. You won't find in some of y'all local stores that you can only get for purchasing from me direct, okay? So I did it for my line, the Ashley Renee collection. However, the saltiness. I saw all of those comments and I was not going to engage. I was not going to say anything. But let me tell y'all this. There's a reason why, and my boyfriend's grandma is a preacher, and she said this. She said, you have to be anointed to be appointed. And you wonder why some of y'all are still in the same situations. Y'all are still in the same dead-end jobs. Y'all are still, when I say still, y'all still gossiping about me. Y'all still in the same situations. Y'all still doing the same shit. Now, I hate when I go and talk about preaching now because God's still working on me. He's still working on me, okay? But I say this to say, I did what I wanted to do for me and my business, okay? And that's something that you guys don't have to understand. Now, for you and your business, you are free to do whatever it is that you want to do to take your business to the next level. All I needed was a door, okay? And one thing about Peach, she gave me that door. Peach didn't teach me how to do hair. Peach didn't teach me how to post. Peach taught me, okay, how to use my platform. And I thank her for that.